So we're ending the day down here in Newport Beach, and I want to thank Sid for taking me with today to pick up his bonsai. And you know, it was just kind of a spontaneous day from going to a bonsai farm to watching a disaster unfold in Long Beach today. We decided to go up to Long Beach, shoot a little video while we were in Orange County, and I was absolutely blown away with what I saw in Long Beach. The amount of homeless people down the 405, the 710. I haven't really been to Long Beach in a long time, and it resembles what we're seeing in Los Angeles. Sid?
Yes, it definitely does, and we've seen a lot of store closures. We've seen people living out of shipping container yards, living in RVs off the street, just parked along the side of the road. It's devastating what is happening in America, and this is the new America.
Yeah, I mean, when we went down to the shipping yards and filmed all the containers, people living in these industrial areas in RVs, in their cars, in vans, in tents, just people everywhere. It's a real tragedy. And you know, as you drive through and you witness this with your own two eyes, let me tell you, you have a lot to be thankful for, ladies and gentlemen. You are so blessed. Sid, you got in a car accident. Sid was involved in a hit and run,
yeah,
and his car suffered about $10,000 worth of damage, about 2 days ago?
Yes.
And he's out here today filming, and you know, Sid just feels blessed to be out today, even though he got whiplash and his nice car got demolished. But you're out, right?
Yeah, I had to get out and get some fresh air, just come out and see what's really going on, to go to the cities that are supposed to be doing good, and you see, you know, the economic devastation that is happening. It's bad, it's terrible.
Right.
I can't
so
believe it.
Even though you were in this accident and your beautiful car suffered a lot of damage, you were like, man, I don't have it nearly as, I mean, my car is demolished, but man, these people, they're done.
They're done. They you know, they've come to a dead end. They don't have anybody. They don't have anything. And for us, we're still blessed. We still got a home.
Yep.
We still have, you know, a place to sleep at night. We still have a transportation to get us around.
Jobs.
We got jobs. You know,
food,
water.
We ate good today.
Oh yeah, we had a good lunch. It doesn't get any better than that.
Right.
That
Good,
alone is a bliss.
Good company, good friends. You know,
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. But as we were driving through Long Beach, and we spent probably half the day there, the people's faces, you can see people's faces. People are hurting. They're broke. They don't know what to do. You can see that people are worried. Sid?
People look devastated. They look like they've hit the bottom, you know, and you know, I pray for those people, and hopefully, you know, you guys can do the same, because the homeless crisis is getting worse.
Yep.
And this rent moratorium that's going to end soon, this is going to put a lot of people at the finish line. Huge. And that finish line is not going to look good. This economy is not going to be good.
You know, so basically 45 minutes from Long Beach, we're here in Newport Beach. I'm looking at about an 80-foot yacht, about a quarter mile off the coast here.
Nice sailboats,
race boats. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing how quick you can go from point A to point B. This whole thing does a 180, and you forget about what's really going on. You know, you can come down here to the beach and forget all your worries, and the 1% here remodeling their beach homes behind us and living a great life.
Very beautiful out
here. The Ferraris, the McLarens, the Lambos are out in full force today, and a lot of people don't have a care in the world. But no matter who you are, where you live, this thing is going to affect everybody. And we're going to see a food crisis in America. We're going to see an economic crash in America.
Your taxes will rise to infinity.
And we're going to see a stock market crash that is going to be unlike anything we've seen. But yes, taxes are going to rise. There's no doubt about it, because the end game is, look, we're broke, so what do you think they're going to do? They're going to tax whatever they can tax to keep
Exactly.
this whole thing going. But yeah, so I see a lot of pain and suffering on the faces of people. Here in Newport, it's a little bit better. People are out having fun, but you commented on the infrastructure when we were in Long Beach.
Oh, it's terrible. The roads are all torn up. You look at the buildings are all run down. Everything's for lease, for sale.
Yep.
It's very, very sad to see.
Yeah, the amount of
new economy.
vacancies.
It's mom and pop is gone. All the older restaurants are shut down. It smells like urine everywhere. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's another world. But this is happening literally everywhere we go. Yes, we're in Newport, things are holding steady here, the 1% are here, everything's okay, but wow, you don't have to go far to be in a third world country like Long Beach or Los Angeles or parts of Riverside County or San Bernardino County or wherever you're from. I'm sure you're seeing it in your cities. But yes, the infrastructure is crumbling here in California. Also, what was interesting, Sid, was we passed a terminal with thousands of new cars.
Oh yes, we've seen probably 5,000 to 6,000 new vehicles just sitting there in the lots.
Unbelievable. So we hear about this shortage, it's all these shortages, but wow, there were thousands of new cars out in Long Beach parked at one of the terminals. Cargo ships.
Oh, we flew a drone out earlier, and we've seen miles and miles of cargo ships loaded with shipping containers that haven't been delivered yet.
So roughly about 30 large cargo ships out there loaded with containers. And remember, those 40-foot containers are now $20,000 to go from China to the US, and a majority of these are all going back empty. So it's unbelievable to watch this economic war that's taking place, that we are absolutely getting demolished in. We are being decimated in this economic war. Again, 30 plus container ships, cargo ships off the coast, loaded with cheap goods coming into America. And now China says it's gonna shut down its third largest port. And what does that mean for us? It means that we're gonna see less container ships at some point, and that means the prices of your goods are gonna continue to go up.
Exactly. And the inflation is just eating everyone alive, especially with gas price, food price, and cost of living going up.
And now container prices and these products coming over from Asia. So this means for the average American, when they go to the Walmart, when they go to Target, when they go to Kohl's, get ready to pay more, ladies and gentlemen, because the cost of those ships is getting so crazy to ship those products over, the fuel, the containers, and now they're going to shut down the third largest port in China, meaning that less of those products are going to make it into these West Coast ports, which means less of those products are going to make it to your stores.
Yes, the devastation is here, and you can't run from what is really going to happen here shortly.
Well, you might be able to run, but you won't be able to hide.
Exactly.
And again, Sid, thank you so much for letting me tag along today. And
thanks for having me back on the show.
Oh man, well, I know you've been super busy. We've been, the people, the people that view the show have been asking about you forever. You know that, and guys, you have to realize Sid works 5-6 days a week, and it's not always so easy for him to get free.
And I will take the time with my own channel, and I hope you guys will like it and subscribe to it. It's going to be called Sid Silver Kid, and I'll be putting it out here in another week or so. So
Sid, where do you see things going for America as we wind down this year, head into fall, and head into 2022?
We're in trouble, guys. We're in real big trouble. We have this cloud of darkness over us that I know is just eating up this country. China's taking our lunch. Are they going to take our dinner? Are we going to let that happen? As a nation.
Well, what do you think as a nation that we have so many millions of people sitting at home not wanting to work?
That's not good, because if you're not productive, you're not earning your money. You're just taking money that is not earned.
So I mean, how long does a country survive when people just take and don't give anything back. They're not producing, they're not innovating, they're not manufacturing. And look, I get it. People need to make I think like we're in a real conundrum here, because I get it. If the government's paying you more money to stay at home, yeah, I get it. But we need people to be back also working and producing, but we need living wages. And unfortunately, when I look at all those cargo ships out there, we shipped all those great manufacturing jobs over to Asia so we could get cheap products, and now the products aren't so cheap, and now people are realizing they don't have well-paying jobs to buy the once so-called cheap products that are no longer cheap, because now inflation is here and the cheap products are getting more and more expensive, and your wages are going down, your dollar is buying less, and we got a real problem now. So I get that people would rather get paid by the government and earn more money, but I also get that if people just get paid to sit at home, we're going to have a real big problem. So I think the only solution is we need to start creating real well-paying jobs here in America, and we're going to have to do something about this inflation. And unfortunately, and I know people think that this can't happen, but interest rates are going to have to go up. America is going to be forced to go through the greatest depression in its history in order to stop this inflation. And I know nobody wants to feel the pain, but unfortunately, we're going to have to feel a lot of pain to stop this inflation. The only way it stops is you're going to have to raise interest rates, and you're going to have to start producing and manufacturing in America.
Yes, and it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. This cloud of darkness that is over us, it's a spiritual war we're in. This is a battle between good versus evil. This is a battle that has to be prevailed by good, and the only way it's going to happen is if we keep battling. And if you let it go, bad's going to win.
Yeah, and I think that means China's going to be the world superpower, the world military, the world banking system, the world currency, probably backed by gold. I don't want to live under that. No offense to China or the great Chinese people, but I think it's going to be a whole different world if China's running it. And look, America's not perfect, and we've made some huge mistakes. But we got to get on course here. People got to wake up. They're going to continue to lose more jobs, more purchasing power. You're going to be renting your house from Blackstone and BlackRock, not your local small mom and pop landlord. And I know there's a real disdain for landlords out there, but you have no idea what's coming. This is going to go institutional. This is going to go corporate. BlackRock, Blackstone, Vanguard. Those are going to be your new landlords. Wait till you see how rents rise. Wait till you try to talk to your landlord. There's going to be no negotiating. There's not going to be, hey, I'm a day late with my rent. It doesn't work like that. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea what's coming. They want to track all your money. They want you to go digital 100%. They want to see where every cent's going to go. They want to tax every cent. And then you're going to have all these hedge funds and investment companies and banks being your landlords. This is really not going to end well if America doesn't wake up.
Exactly. And just prepare. Make sure you're preparing the best you can. Get your security, get your house in order. Make sure you got some food for a rainy day, some water for a rainy day. You just never know what tomorrow brings.
I look around, Sid, and these multi-million-dollar homes here, the multi-million-dollar yachts that are floating around, and most of the people at this beach don't live here. Okay, most of these people come from 100 miles away. They're from San Bernardino. They're from Riverside County, the deserts. So they come here, they ride their bikes, and they have a good time. And they just like to look at the big houses and the boats go by, and they just try to aspire to be here one day. But if I just look at the people, the jobs out there, Sid. If you're working at a Lowe's or a Home Depot, you're working in fast food, you're working in leisure and hospitality, at the resort, retail. I mean, how are people ever going to get ahead? They're so indebted right now. They're debt slaves. And they look at the 1% here in these multi-million-dollar homes while they're working at Home Depot or McDonald's.
You have to try and prosper. You have to get assets. With assets, that'll be the only thing that can beat this inflation. You have to
protect yourself.
You have to protect your cash, because inflation is going to.
But Sid, I want to go back, to the people that just aspire to live here one day, which is great. You got to have dreams, but boy, it's sure a different world today, because when you're working in retail, when you're working in leisure hospitality, when you're working at Home Depot and you're getting 18, 20 hours a week, and there's no way to step up, no way to move up, right? You're just a number, you're just a debt slave. It's going to be so hard for people to ever get ahead.
Exactly.
And you're right, protect what you have right now. Don't worry about, you know, buying the McLaren or the multi-million-dollar house. What you need to do right now is protect what you have.
Exactly.
Protect whatever wealth you have right now, or try to create whatever wealth you can right now. Don't worry about living in a $12 million house over here in Newport Beach. Worry about protecting what you have right now and getting through this. Opportunity is coming, but you're not going to get that working at Home Depot or Lowe's or McDonald's. You've got to be your own asset now. You've got to start thinking outside of the box.
Exactly, and you have to be preparing. You have to always be preparing for what's coming.
And, you know, I bring that up because, you know, we look at these people who are from, you know, all over the place. Yeah, some of these people live in the area, but many of them live 100 miles from here. But I look at them and I go, man, how many of these people that are riding around on the bicycles, or, you know,
even care or know what's going on?
Even know what's going on, Sid. How many of these people, if you walked up to and asked these people, you know, the future of the economy, hey, did you see the cargo ships out in Long Beach today? Do you understand that they're all going back empty with, you know, American money that, you know, was all given, you know, through stimulus to Americans to buy those cheap goods so that those dollar bills could go back to other countries and make them richer, while we're getting our wages slashed, our hours slashed, losing jobs. Talk about the office space today. Wow. Talk about jobs. Yeah. The office buildings that we saw for sale, huge multi-million-dollar buildings.
It was crazy. We saw high rises, you know, 20 stories high, you know, empty.
For sale.
For sale. For lease, for sale.
So, you know, who's holding the note? You know, and we worry about this, these commercial mortgage-backed securities and the hedge funds that are invested in them. And some of these people out here, you know, probably have pensions that they think they're going to get 10 years from now. Are they going to get them? Are they going to get 50%, 25%? Exactly. Will they exist?
Will there even be a police force, you know, because what's going to fund police force when everything's for lease and everything's vacant?
What's going to fund the garbage man, the fire department, the street sweepers? What's going to fund all this if all the businesses are going out of business? But, you know, I look at the average person out here and I just wonder how prepared they really are. As we wrap it up here in Newport Beach, I just really wonder how many people really are awake and aware of what's coming. And I think that probably 90% of them have no idea. This would be like speaking Latin to people. Now, maybe the people back here in these houses, the multi-million-dollar homes, they might have an idea. They might have an inkling of what's going on.
All they do.
Yeah, but the average Joe walking around here in his flip-flops and his polka dot, you know, swimming suits, have no idea what we're talking about, and they're going to be the most affected. That's the sad thing, you know. I mean, that's really the sad thing. And you know, it's the people are out here watching the waves and the skim boarders and whatnot. It's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how a lot of these people sleep at night, but I guess they're just hoping for another stimulus check.
Exactly, and with the stimulus package that they sent out, people already spent that.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Everybody's waiting for another one, you know, another stimmy or another, you know, surplus in their bank account. So.
And, you know, if that $1,400 doesn't come, I mean, you know, I guess they're just at this point extend and pretend, use up the credit cards, and man, this is going to be real devastating, ladies and gentlemen. And the average American is so asleep, so comatose to what's going on. They're almost like, you know, so oblivious. They're hypnotized on reality TV. They're hypnotized on sports. Some of them hypnotized on the stock market euphoria that's taking place. But for the most part, the average American is just a zombie, and it's really unfortunate. And I guess all I can say at this point is prepare the best that you can. I don't have the answers, but I think that every one of you watching this video should think for yourself and think about what you could do to be a harder individual to beat down financially, a harder individual to be a debt slave. What's it going to take for you not to be a debt slave? Maybe pay off your debt.
Exactly. Pay off your debt. Become your own asset. Be your own central bank. And be smart with your money. Don't buy dumb stuff. Invest in yourself. Invest in precious metal. You know, precious metal has been around for thousands and thousands of years. Who knows how long it's been around, but it's been around since
at least 5,000 years.
Since the kings and queens were around.
That's
so.
right. I mean, it ain't going anywhere. But does the average American know what an ounce of silver costs today, or an ounce of gold? If we walked up to 100 people right now, I'd probably say that maybe one, maybe zero have any precious metals in their portfolio. Most people here have a negative net worth. They're debt slaves. They owe money. They've got a mortgage, they got a car payment, they got massive credit card debt, they got student loan debt. And for the most part, these people have already lost and they don't even know it. So while they're out here, you know, absorbing the rays and riding the waves, they've already lost and they don't even know it yet. For you guys, you know it's coming. You're not going to lose. You're going to survive. You're going to prosper, and you're going to take advantage of opportunity. God bless every one of you. Again, Sid, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, JB.
Let's go grab some dinner and finish up the evening. And again, walk close to God. Like Sid said, this is good versus evil, dark versus light. We're in a financial war and a spiritual war here. So look, I'm not perfect. I'm not a preacher. I'm not an angel. I'm not a prophet. I'm just a person that loves this country, and a person who believes that we got very, very bad events coming, and a very, very bad economy presently that is about to get much worse. But I know that if you're not walking close to God, you're gonna have a very, very difficult time getting through this, because people are about to be tested. They are going to be, their spirit is going to be tested, and there's going to be a real wake up here. And for too many people, like the people out here, it's going to be too late. They're so far gone into debt, and many people here are reliant on a government check to keep them going, or an unemployment check. So when that all stops, what are they going to do? If you don't own anything, if you don't hold anything, if you don't have a skill set, if you have massive debt, you're done. You're done. So don't be in that group, because if you are, you're going to lose. And look, enjoy the good times, ladies and gentlemen, because you have seen nothing yet. This is going to get extremely ugly.